Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to take a look at Azure Storage Actions. This is a preview feature that's just arrived from Azure. What it works on the Azure Storage Accounts. So let's have a look at it. One of the things you'll notice about this is that it is a serverless architecture, meaning that we don't have to get into provisioning any resources within our cloud for these actions. Okay, the main idea behind what storage actions are is that if you want to take actions based on your storage accounts, that you'll be able to set a condition, and then when that condition is met, what happens is that an action is taken, and it's as simple as that. You basically create conditions, you create actions, and you do assignments, and the assignments is to the the Azure Storage Accounts you want to use this on. As I said, this is in preview at the moment, and you can use it in the French Central region and also in Canada. Let's look at this from a storage infrastructure perspective. So if we look at this, you'll have a new icon here, your search for, which is your storage tasks. You go into your storage tasks. This is what a storage task looks like. And you can see when you create a brand new storage task, you are basically just going create new here, and you're saying what what resource group you want to put the storage task. So when the storage task is created, again, it's a resource within Azure. So again, it'll appear within a resource group, and you decide what resource group. And you might have many storage tasks based in one resource group. You may assign them to have the same life cycle and in the same resource group as you would have, we'll say, for your storage accounts. But whichever way you decide to do it, this is what you will end up with. You basically give it a storage stack name. You pick out the region. In this case, you only have two regions. You have Canada Central and France Central rather. Okay, so you create your storage account, or you create your storage action. You're gonna add here, and you're basically gonna take you give this a storage account name. This is lowercase, just for the moment. What's this have to be? So keys storage. Yes, right. And then what we do is we're into the conditions. As I spoke already, you've got a condition, right? So this will be like, have you got one of these conditions? Do you something deleted, current version? If we're looking at creation time, deletion time, last access time, content length. So you could basically set an action here to say that if a particular object was, or a particular blob was above a certain size, that you could take an action on deleting it. You got your access to your blob name. So again, you got all of these actions, and I expect you right down to tag values. The tag values are very powerful, I think, in this situation, because it's going to allow you to create tags yourself and then take actions based on those tags. Okay, so all of these, I can see them expanding out over time. So these would be your actions. So in our case, we're going to set this one, say, to a tag. So if a tag name would say, which is action. So this would say that if I had a blob with a tag on it called action, and say, for instance, that action had delete, then what I could do is I could do the then. So this is the if part up here. This is the then part. So then I could take an operation. And at the moment, again, there's a very few, small number of actions you can take, and I think that over time we're going to see this fill out to an awful lot more. Okay, so I think for here we're just going to say delete. Okay, so this would be basically if there was a tag that was called action and the action was delete, then it would delete it. Okay, and then you do the assignment, and the assignment onto a storage account, right? So you select what storage account you want to use it on. Okay, you give it assignment name and a role. Okay, and when you want it to run, okay, whether it's going to be scheduled and recurring. In this case, you might have this recurring, and that you might have say that you want to delete any blobs that automatically get deleted based on if they've got delete on them for whatever reason. But that basically gives you an idea. So let's go back to here, and it's currently in preview, as I said. So you've only got those two regions at the moment, and I expect that this, as it grows, it will expand out over time. The autonomy, again, as we looked at of the task, is you've got a condition, okay, and you've got operations, and you've got assignments. Okay, one of the things that's nice about here is the monitoring. Okay, so once you set up your task, you can easily monitor it. And I show you what the monitoring looks like. This is from their documentation. If you look at the number of runs, total number of objects, if you've got errors. So you can look at this and get an idea of what's actually happening on that storage account or on those tasks. And if everything's working okay. If you look at here, you've got analyzing metrics, analyzing logs, alerts. You've got all those standard things that you expect in Azure. Okay, so I expect over time we're going to see this expand out a lot more. It's very welcome. I think that is the first time we've seen having these levels of actions, this sort of thinking, and having a separate service. So it's very welcome. So until next time, take care.